Hi guys, this is Sliver here, and in this video I'm going to talk about what I think is currently the best way to farm Mythic Unique items in Diablo 4 Season 8. Now, I think most of you know that the developers themselves have said that the highest possible Mythic Unique drop rate in the game is currently from Supreme Belial. So naturally we are going to farm him. But the big question is, how do we get there? How do we get the materials in order to loot Belial if we don't want to spend hundreds of millions of gold on outside websites? And now, let's go. Step 1 is farming boss materials inside the Helltide. So what you have to do is go on the highest torment difficulty that you can comfortably handle and go into the Helltide and start killing mobs there, getting aberrant cinders. If you get enough aberrant cinders, then you should open up the chests inside the Helltides, also known as tormented gifts. These gifts contain two very important things. First of all, they contain the boss summoning materials for Grigoire, so living steel. So this is one reason you want to open as many tormented gifts as possible. And secondly, these chests contain baleful hearts, and the baleful hearts are useful for you to summon the Blood Maiden in Helltide. So, step 1, go into Helltide, kill everything, loot everything for aberrant cinders, and use these aberrant cinders to open the tormented gifts. When you have a few baleful hearts, or when other players summon the Blood Maiden, go to the Blood Maiden and kill her. This event spawns a lot of extra ads which you can use to get further aberrant cinders and open more tortured gifts. In addition to that, the Blood Maiden will drop another boss summoning material, Exquisite Blood. Exquisite Blood is used to summon Lord Zir as another boss, so you're also killing the Blood Maiden for this Exquisite Blood. Now, the amount of Exquisite Blood dropped by the Blood Maiden depends on how many baleful hearts you have contributed to summoning the Blood Maiden. On Torment 4 difficulty, you get 2 Exquisite Bloods for not contributing anything, and 6 additional Exquisite Bloods for each baleful heart you give to summon the Blood Maiden. This means that you are incentivized to give as many baleful hearts that you just collected from the tormented gifts to summon the Blood Maiden. So if you have baleful hearts available, then use them because you're gonna get rewarded with Exquisite Blood. So the first part of the farm consists of this that I just explained: opening the tormented gifts with aberrant cinders, running around to summon the Blood Maiden, and contributing baleful hearts to that summon. This way you will get the previously mentioned 2 boss summoning materials, Living Steel and Exquisite Blood. If you have a decently optimized build, you can get around 80 of each of these summoning materials per hour of Helltide, so 160 total summoning materials. Remember, 12 of each of these summoning materials is required for one boss summon. Once you've farmed enough of these summoning materials, it's time to kill the respective bosses that they summon. Make sure you are at a torment level that is the highest and also the one that you're comfortable with killing these bosses. And then you have to go to Lord Zir and Grigoire and summon them as many times as you can, kill them as many times as you can, and loot them as many times as you can, depending on the summoning materials that you farmed. These bosses do 4 things for you. First of all, they themselves have a chance to drop Mythic Unique items, so that's great by itself. Second of all, they drop the tier 2 boss summoning materials, so Pincushion Dolls for Ondoriel and Shards of Agony for Duliel, which you can later use. And they also have a chance, once looted, to summon Mini Belial, which I like to call Baby Belial. This is great because Baby Belial has a chance to drop an additional round of loot in addition to another boss summoning material, which is called Betrayer's Husk. We're going to talk about this later. So in this step 2, we're using the previously farmed summoning materials to kill Lord Zir and Grigoire, and we're using them to get to the tier 2 bosses to have a chance for a Mythic Unique and to have a chance for Mini Belial to appear and drop Betrayer's Husks for us. Let's move on to step 3. Step 3 involves killing the tier 2 bosses such as Duriel and Ondariel with the previously acquired summoning materials from Lord Zir and Grigoire. Keep in mind that these bosses are significantly higher, so you might have to reduce the difficulty to farm them. We are farming these 2 bosses because these once again have a chance to drop Mythic Unique items, and these once again have a chance to spawn Mini Belial when looted. In step 4 of our farm, we're going to need these Betrayer's Husks that Mini Belial has dropped from us. Remember, Mini Belial has a chance to appear in all of the previously mentioned boss encounters at the end when you loot the bosses. So by this time, you should have quite a bit of Betrayer's Husks, depending on how many Mini Belials you fought. By the way, you can increase the chance of Mini Belial appearing by spending your seasonal smoldering ashes in that specific urn that increases this chance. Anyway, it is time to go to the Palace of the Deceiver, fight and loot Belial. You can loot Belial for 2 of the previously mentioned husks of the Betrayer, and you have a chance, the highest chance in the game according to the developers, to get a Mythic Unique item. I would say that Belial is a little bit easier than the tier 2 bosses, so you probably don't need to reduce the difficulty. And that's it. Let me know in the comments if you obtain a Mythic Unique using this method. Otherwise, feel free to comment, like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Thanks.